Delta Force. Delta Force is the Army's premier counterterrorism unit, built to handle the absolute worst-case scenarios when diplomacy fails and conventional forces can't cut it. Officially called the 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment Delta, this outfit operates in the shadows, hunting high-value targets and executing missions so sensitive they rarely see daylight. Think of them as the scalpel when everyone else is carrying hammers. These operators spend years mastering close-quarters combat, advanced marksmanship, and tactical problem-solving under impossible pressure. They're the ones who slip into hostile territory, eliminate threats with surgical precision, and vanish before anyone knows they were there. Their selection process is legendary for breaking even the toughest candidates, filtering down hundreds of applicants to maybe a handful who make the cut. When a terrorist organization needs dismantling or a hostage situation goes critical, this is the unit that gets the call. They've been behind some of the most daring rescues and raids in modern military history, though you'll never hear them bragging about it. Green Berets. Green Berets are the Army's unconventional warfare specialists, trained to work with foreign forces and turn ragtag militias into effective fighting units. Officially known as Special Forces, these soldiers are force multipliers who embed themselves in remote corners of the world, teaching tactics, building trust, and sometimes leading indigenous troops into battle. They're diplomats with rifles, equally comfortable negotiating with tribal leaders as they are calling in airstrikes. Each Green Beret is cross-trained in multiple specialties, from weapons and engineering to communications and medicine, making them ridiculously versatile in the field. Their expertise lies in adapting to any environment and culture, whether that's dense jungles, arid deserts, or frozen mountains. They've trained everyone from Afghan commandos to African peacekeepers, often operating in places so remote they might as well be on another planet. When the mission requires winning hearts and minds while simultaneously kicking down doors, these are the guys who make it happen. They're built for the long game, embedding for months or even years to achieve strategic objectives that conventional forces could never touch. 75 Ranger Regiment. The 75th Ranger Regiment is the Army's elite light infantry force, designed to deploy anywhere on the planet within 18 hours and seize critical objectives with overwhelming speed and violence. These aren't your typical paratroopers. Rangers are shock troops who specialize in direct action raids, airfield seizures, and high-tempo combat operations that require absolute precision under fire. They maintain a constant state of readiness, running grueling training cycles that would break most units. Every Ranger goes through some of the military's toughest selection and assessment programs, ensuring only the hardest and most skilled make it into the regiment. When an enemy stronghold needs taking, or a strategic location requires immediate control, these warriors parachute in and get it done. They've spearheaded invasions, rescued prisoners of war, and conducted countless raids in the darkest corners of conflict zones. The regiment operates as a cohesive machine, with each battalion capable of deploying independently or as part of larger joint operations. Their motto says it all: Rangers lead the way, and they prove it every single time they hit the ground. Navy SEALs. Navy SEALs are the maritime commandos everyone knows by name. Thanks to Hollywood and headline-grabbing missions, these warriors specialize in sea, air, and land operations, hence the acronym, and they're trained to infiltrate from oceans, skies, or solid ground, depending on what the mission requires. Their selection pipeline, basic underwater SEAL training, is deliberately brutal, designed to weed out anyone lacking the mental toughness to operate in the most hostile environments imaginable. SEALs conduct direct action raids, special reconnaissance, counter-terrorism, and unconventional warfare across every terrain you can imagine. They're equally comfortable diving through icy waters, fast roping from helicopters, or navigating dense urban combat zones. What sets them apart is their versatility and relentless training tempo, constantly sharpening skills that range from close-quarters combat to foreign languages. They've taken down pirate operations, eliminated terrorist leaders, and executed rescues in conditions that would make most people freeze up. The trident they wear isn't just a badge, it's proof they survived one of the most punishing qualification courses on Earth and earned the right to operate at the highest levels. DEVGRU. DEVGRU, commonly called SEAL Team 6, operates at the absolute apex of naval special operations, handling missions so classified most details never surface. This unit exists for counter-terrorism and precision strikes against the most dangerous targets on the planet. They're the ones who get called when failure isn't an option, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Recruiting exclusively from the SEAL teams, DEVGRU selects only the most experienced and capable operators, then puts them through additional screening that makes buds look like summer camp. These warriors train constantly, refining skills in close-quarters battle, advanced breaching, and hostage rescue to levels that border on supernatural. They operate with cutting-edge technology and virtually unlimited resources, ensuring they have every possible advantage when entering harm's way. Their missions often involve surgical strikes in urban environments, high-risk maritime interdictions, and raids deep inside enemy territory. The unit gained worldwide fame for taking down Osama bin Laden, though that's just one highlight in decades of shadowy operations. When the mission absolutely has to succeed, and conventional forces aren't enough, this is the team that gets the nod. Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewmen. SWCC operators are the Navy's boat guys, providing high-speed maritime insertion and extraction for SEALs and other special operations forces. These warriors pilot heavily armed riverine and coastal craft through hostile waters, delivering commandos to target areas and pulling them out when things go sideways. They're not just drivers, they're combatants who engage enemy forces, provide covering fire, and navigate treacherous waterways under the worst possible conditions. Their boats are floating weapons platforms, bristling with machine guns, grenade launchers, and advanced electronics capable of outrunning or outgunning most threats. SWCC training is its own brand of hell, filtering candidates through physical and mental challenges that ensure only the toughest and most skilled earn the brown water warfare insignia. These operators master boat handling, navigation, communications, and weapons systems, while learning to think fast when bullets start flying. They've conducted missions in swamps, rivers, coastal zones, and open ocean, often operating in pitch darkness or under heavy fire. When special operators need insertion by water, these are the guys who guarantee they arrive ready to fight and leave in one piece. Pararescue. Pararescue, known as PJs, are the Air Force's guardian angels, combining elite combat skills with advanced medical training to rescue downed pilots and wounded troops from the most dangerous situations imaginable. Their motto is that others may live, and they mean it literally. Parachuting into hostile territory, or rappelling from helicopters to save lives under fire. The pipeline to become a PJ spans nearly 2 years and includes dive school, jump school, survival training, and a medical curriculum that rivals civilian paramedic programs. These operators are equally comfortable treating traumatic injuries, engaging enemy combatants, or surviving alone in hostile terrain for days waiting for extraction. They've pulled pilots from burning wreckage, treated casualties in active firefights, and performed emergency surgeries in conditions that would make hospital staff lose their minds. PJs deploy worldwide, embedded with special operations units or ready to launch from bases when disaster strikes. Their unique combination of medical expertise and combat prowess makes them invaluable in any conflict where lives hang in the balance. When someone goes down in a bad neighborhood, these are the rescuers who risk everything to bring them home. Combat Controllers. Combat controllers are the Air Force's battlefield air traffic directors, calling in precision airstrikes and coordinating aircraft in the most chaotic combat environments. These operators deploy with special operations teams, providing terminal attack control that turns air power into a devastating force multiplier. They're trained to direct everything from close air support missions to medevac flights, often while taking fire and making split-second decisions that mean the difference between mission success and catastrophic failure. The CCT pipeline is punishing, requiring candidates to master parachuting, diving, survival skills, and complex air traffic control procedures under extreme pressure. These warriors embed with Army Rangers, Navy SEALs, and other units, serving as the critical link between ground forces and air assets. They've controlled airspace over hostile drop zones, guided bombers onto enemy positions meters from friendly troops, and established air traffic control in places that didn't have runways 5 minutes earlier. When special operations forces need air support delivered with surgical precision, combat controllers make it happen. Their expertise ensures bombs land exactly where intended and helicopters arrive exactly when needed. 24th Special Tactics Squadron. The 24th Special Tactics Squadron represents the Air Force's most elite tactical unit, combining combat controllers, pararescue men, special reconnaissance, and tactical air control party specialists into one devastating package. This outfit handles the most complex and dangerous missions, requiring air power integration, precision strikes, and personnel recovery. They deploy globally, often embedding with other special operations forces to provide capabilities no other unit can match. The squadron's operators are among the most highly trained warriors in the military, each bringing specialized skills that complement the team's overall mission. They've conducted operations in every major conflict zone, from directing airstrikes in dense urban environments to rescuing downed aircrew in hostile territory. What makes this unit special is the seamless integration of multiple specialties, allowing them to adapt to virtually any tactical situation. When a mission requires controlling airspace, calling in precision fires, conducting reconnaissance and executing combat rescues simultaneously, this is the squadron that delivers. Their training never stops, constantly refining tactics and integrating new technology to maintain their edge. Marine Raiders. Marine Raiders, officially MARSOC, are the Marine Corps' contribution to special operations, bringing their legendary fighting spirit to unconventional warfare and direct action missions. These operators specialize in foreign internal defense, training partner forces while conducting raids and reconnaissance in hostile territory. The Raider pipeline draws from experienced Marines who undergo grueling assessment and selection, ensuring only the toughest and most capable earn the title. They're trained in advanced tactics, foreign languages, and cultural awareness, making them effective both in combat and working alongside foreign militaries. Raiders deploy in small teams capable of operating independently for extended periods, adapting to any mission requirements from counter-terrorism to crisis response. They've trained allied forces across Africa and the Middle East, conducted direct action raids against high-value targets, and provided strategic reconnaissance in denied areas. What distinguishes these warriors is their combination of Marine Corps discipline and special operations flexibility, creating operators who can shift from diplomacy to door-kicking in seconds. When the mission requires Marines with special operations capabilities, Raiders are the answer. Night Stalkers. Night Stalkers, the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, are the Army's premier helicopter unit, flying the most dangerous insertion and extraction missions under cover of darkness. These pilots and crews specialize in low-level flight, adverse weather operations, and delivering special operators exactly where they need to be regardless of enemy defenses. They fly modified Black Hawks, Chinooks, and Little Birds bristling with advanced avionics and weapons systems, capable of navigating through mountains, cities, or hostile airspace with pinpoint accuracy. The regiment's selection process is intense, filtering out anyone who can't handle the demands of flying special operations missions where mistakes cost lives. Night Stalkers train constantly, perfecting techniques like fast roping, helicopter raids, and aerial refueling that allow them to operate anywhere on Earth. They've inserted SEALs onto target compounds, extracted Rangers from hot landing zones, and conducted resupply missions in conditions that would ground conventional aviation. Their motto, Night Stalkers Don't Quit, reflects a culture of relentless dedication to getting special operators in and out safely. When the mission requires flying through hell at midnight, these aviators make it look routine. Intelligence Support Activity. The Intelligence Support Activity is the military's most secretive intelligence unit, conducting clandestine operations that gather critical information for special operations forces. These operators blend spycraft with military precision, infiltrating denied areas to collect signals intelligence, conduct surveillance, and provide targeting data for direct action missions. ISA operates so far in the shadows that most details about their activities remain classified decades later. They recruit from across the military, selecting personnel with unique skills in languages, technical intelligence, and covert operations. Their missions range from electronic surveillance of terrorist networks to on-the-ground reconnaissance in hostile nations, often working alone or in tiny teams with no official support. They've tracked high-value targets, intercepted enemy communications, and provided intelligence that enabled some of the military's most successful operations. What makes this unit extraordinary is their ability to operate invisibly, gathering information without ever revealing their presence. When special operations forces need intelligence that can't be obtained through conventional means, ISA delivers the goods.